Kane, Undertaker. These are like the best. Media consumption is different now, but young people watch MMA fighting. MMA is, I feel like, different because it's real sports. It's not like they're trying to be. I mean, I guess there is a little bit of play up in MMA and just fighting, and boxing too. There's a little bit of that Hollywoodness to it, but in general, it's mostly like the best sport, the best like athlete or whatever versus the best. Fernando Munoz 2209. Thank you for the follow. Kurt Angle. I didn't like Kurt Angle. I thought he was such a dumbass character. Like he was supposed to be a heel, and he was. He was stupid. But he was a really good wrestler, though. He was like really good at wrestling. I just saw his character was so stupid. Eddie Guerrero. So everyone that came in from WCW, I didn't really like because I was a WWF guy. So like people like Eddie Guerrero. I liked Sting and Goldberg. Those were like the badass guys. They were like the top, but I was not a huge fan of Eddie Guerrero. Rest in peace, Chris Benoit. All those WCW guys that came to the WWF. Chris Benoit was great. Played for his family. Yeah, he had like road rage. Sucks. Rest in peace, Chris Benoit. Anyway, so like back then, we thought of wrestlers as athletes, but now you kind of appreciate them more as entertainers and the shit that they had to do. I think I appreciate it more because I'm also kind of in the entertainment field and I've been doing streaming, so I know what it's kind of like to be in that, like in the place where you're supposed to work hard to entertain people, but the drive is so different. I feel like. Like I'm like a super soy boy compared to those guys, right? Super soy in all aspects of it. Like I'm being a bitch about people in the chat, but they are like getting people yelled at them. Thousands of people yelling at them. So it's like, it's crazy. Yeah, X-Pac. Yeah, I like X-Pac. Razor's Edge. Yo, On, what's up? What's up, On? NWO and D-Generation X. I thought John Cena is super corny. I wasn't a John Cena fan. He's a corny character, right? Wrestling characters are sick. You don't really think about it now, but the design of wrestling characters is really like, they had to really think hard about their character and what they did, and they were polarized as these people. They were not as like fully developed as they are now. So now like wrestler can be so many things, right? So you look at Xavier Woods, who in his wrestling career, he's a heel, right? Because he's an annoying troll with like a trumpet and shit, and he just talks shit, right? He doesn't even really wrestle. He just like hangs out with the other two tag team guys. So you think, oh, that guy's just like a jobber or whatever. But his character is so full, because the other thing is that he's hella smart, and he graduated, you know, college. He was I think he was a football person or something like that. And then now he's like a gamer personality on Twitch, and he works for like G4 and all these other things. So the character is like so full. It's not even like a wrestling character anymore. It's like a full person. But back then, you look at someone who's like Undertaker, dude, he's a dead guy who came back to life, and he wrestles, and he kills you too. That's his character, and he rides a bike. He's just badass. It's crazy, you know. The women wrestlers. His entrance song is Chinese. I knew he's learned Chinese so that he can appeal to the Chinese audience. Stacy Keebler. Oh yeah, the divas were really hot. I had a crush on. Her name was Terry. I forgot what her full name was, but they called her Terry. And Stacy Keebler. Those are my WWE crushes. WWF. Anyways, it's just interesting. I went a lot about talking about the Stone Cold podcast. It was cool. Like I enjoy watching his podcast. Pat, do you guys have any podcasts that are worth listening to? Like, I know there's a Joe Rogan Experience, which is kind of similar to that, but it's more broad. And Bobby Lee is also like, you know, comedians have a lot of podcasts, and they talk about the comedian industry. So I think those are pretty interesting. I don't think there's like a Twitch one. The only Twitch ones I know are like the Scuffed podcast. But I feel like the Scuffed podcast isn't really so much about streaming that much. It's more so about like a bunch of streamers who talk about like recent events as opposed to like interviewing one guy's experiences and stuff. Like a guest. The WWE porn stars, WWE divas look like porn stars. Yeah. Nothing wrong with being a porn star. Porn stars are cool. Talking about that was pretty fun, actually. I like that. You know what, chat? Is there something that I realized streaming, especially recently, is that I think IRL streaming brings in a lot of shitheads who just want to say like stupid shit and everyone just wants to be dumb. I realize that's really not the type of stream that I want to do. Because it makes me mad. It upsets me when I read stupid shit in the chat. And I'm really like sensitive to it. And it's not like I mean to be sensitive. It gets to me.